Taurus, you are being called to bring order into a chaotic situation. I don't know if this situation has yet to unfold or if it's already happening in your life, but Spirit is saying that you have the divine will and power to help make sense of this situation, to help yourself make sense of this situation, or maybe to help someone else make sense of a situation. That said, Spirit also wants you to remember that any kind of order that we create in our world is illusory. There is always chaos that exists within the order and also underneath the order. So this seems a little bit cryptic, maybe a little bit esoteric in a sense. 44, which is one of the numbers that I got for you right here. Spirit is saying that you have this quality about you, this capacity, this ability about you to take something that is troubling, something that is out of control and wild, and it's like a tornado of energy and events, and order it back into something that works for you and that could work for other people as well. You are the ruler of the divine material world. But you must remember that chaos is always present. It's always underneath. It's always ready to come up to the surface. So even though you order something, maybe it's your life, your career, a relationship, or you help someone else put things in order, you have to remember that it's not permanent. Nothing is really permanent here in this world. Everything is constantly changing. And the sooner that you embrace that, the more powerful you become in the way in which you decide to order things. Okay, so if you understand that something might be temporary or that it's subject to transformation, how you lay things out for yourself will be done in a much more efficient way, in a way that benefits you. Okay, so someone here that I'm connecting to, you need to release the idea of like, this is forever and ever and ever. If I do A, B, and C, then it guarantees me this forever. No, there's no guarantees here. But that doesn't mean that your life is going to fall into disrepair and a kind of negative chaos. That's not what Spirit is saying. Spirit is saying to work with, use that divine feminine energy of chaos as a kind of tool in your toolbox for you to create change when you need to. So somebody here needs to create a little bit of change or be ready for change to come through. I got some interesting messages for you here, and I'm not sure how they all piece together, but maybe it will make sense as we go through the reading. The two oracle cards that came out for you, Thunder and the Rainmaker. And the Thunder card is kind of like the Tower card. It talks about like sudden unexpected change that comes in loudly with a bolt of lightning. But coming out with the Rainmaker card, Spirit is telling me that you have manifested this thunder. You have created a situation or an opportunity. It's interesting. In which you can put something into order. How do I say that? It's almost like you're so good at doing this thing, making sense of things and getting things to work for you, transmuting energy. You're so good at it that you actively create or call in some formlessness, energy, or a change of events just so that you can order it again. It's interesting. So I don't know exactly what the thunder represents for all of you, but it feels like whatever you're calling in, it's going to be felt by others. Maybe you're changing your career, maybe you're moving, maybe you're calling someone out. I don't know exactly what it is for everyone, or maybe you're just deciding to make a boundary and not put up with anybody's bullshit. Whatever it is, Taurus, it's going to be felt, and it's going to be felt like a storm. Like people are going to hear the clap of thunder coming from your energy. And it might create a little bit of stir in your field, like things could stir up, somebody could react, things change, but you're going to do something with this energy that gets stirred up. Some of you are making some kind of drastic decision, or maybe it's not drastic, but it's a really important decision in your life, And you're going to see how someone else reacts to your decision. And they react through the energy of chaos. Okay, so they're reactive. They don't know how to accept the decision that you've made. Okay, or they don't like the boundary that you're putting up. They wish that you would bend and break, or that you would give in, or that you would stay the same, or that you order things differently. And so it's going to cause a little bit of a stir, but their reaction allows you to see the chaos that's always been in the relationship, the job, whatever it is. And once you see it, you're able to do something about it, rather than just worry about it or think about it or have an intuition around it. You're actually going to do something with the energy that comes out of this. What do I call it? Revelation. Okay, this revelation. So I have here, big change is in your hands and that you should focus on solutions rather than problems. I got Bob Dylan. I don't know, maybe you're listening to Bob Dylan or that means something to you, or maybe those names mean something to you. I also got that something is going to happen on Monday between 1 to 4 p.m. I know these are really specific messages, but they're coming through. There's something about learning some hidden knowledge, some secrecy that's going to be, well, I feel like you're going to be given some kind of information and you have to decide carefully what you're going to do with that information. Are you going to share it? Are you going to keep it to yourself? Okay, so someone could be telling you a secret, or maybe God or the divine or source or your guides or your higher self is going to deliver some really important news. And it's up to you to decide what you want to do with it. I also got that you're really resilient and you're coming through as the raccoon here, or raccoon energy is very important to you at this time. So maybe you want to think about what the raccoon means for you. They're very smart, very intelligent. They do represent hidden knowledge and secrecy, but they also represent survival because they have the ability to change and adapt to different environments. And this connects to this message that I'm getting about like working with that chaos and then ordering it. It's like you're very adaptable. Okay, so the environment changes and you're able to still survive and do what you do, like a raccoon. Okay, yeah, so think about raccoon in its higher polarity. It's positive association. I got the numbers 5353. There's an animal around you that is helping transmute energy for you, and that animal might be acting strange. Then I also got that there's something about acting on your intuition at this time. This has to do with Mars being in your sign. Also, another message came through. I didn't write it down, but it came through that you could be witnessing an Aries kind of lose track of themselves, or maybe they're the one who's getting all stirred up and chaotic. This has something to do with Neptune going into Aries. Okay, so there's a little bit of illusion or confusion, and Mars being in your sign. So there's something about you in Aries, and you're meant to kind of like stabilize Aries energy in some sense. Now, maybe this is Aries in your chart, but there could be a little bit of conflict initially between you and an Aries. Now, I also got that there's some kind of showdown, pride before the fall, and don't suffer fools. So I feel like this is someone around you who's very prideful, very boastful, very egoic, but I heard outlandish, but with their ego maybe. Okay, so don't suffer fools. Don't let this person drag you into the energy of suffering, because it's them who is suffering. There's something about them being twisted and contorted into these, like I'm seeing someone bound like with rope and all these different knots. Okay, it's them who's twisted in knots contorted. It kind of reminds me of a card from the Deviant Moon Tarot. I think it's the Ten of Swords. I don't know. But this person is having an issue. And you can choose whether you want to make that your issue or not. Okay, that's it. That's all we got here. So let's get in. I wanted to wait to draw the oracle cards for your supportive energy and your challenge with you. So let's see, Taurus. There's also something about like laying a foundation or getting the initial thoughts out and then building upon them. Okay, so this is like maybe at work, you're trying to get like the whole thing done all at once, or you're trying to think 10 steps ahead before completing the first couple. It's like you have to complete the first couple steps. Maybe this is a specific message before you can know what to do next. Okay, so this is part of that ordering process. You'll know what comes next once you put the thing where it belongs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is like stepping stones. Something has to be done first before you can make that jump and leap into whatever it is you're thinking you want to happen later. Because you might change your mind about what you want to happen. It's almost like, let me give you a metaphor to better explain the energy I'm getting. It's almost like you have an idea for a painting in your mind that you want to do, and you've kind of picked out all the colors in your head, and you kind of have an idea of how you want to go about this painting, and you're trying to plan it all out before even putting anything on the canvas. And you need to put that first splat, a splat of paint. You need to, yeah, this is like a chaos energy. You need to throw this paint on the canvas and then see what forms and make your decisions based on what you see then. That's the energy. Now, it could apply to any part of your life, but that's what I'm getting. Okay, so let's see the supportive energy for dear Taurus. What's going on here in their supportive energy? Taurus, how you guys doing? 12:33 right there. Devotion, passionate. This is interesting. I'm seeing this red thread, which has been a theme for me. Personally, I've had dreams about red thread, and I was almost going to post on the community tab the picture from the Archetypes deck, Kim Cran's Archetypes deck with the thread, and ask you guys what you think it means, so you could read me a little bit. You know, this is like a two-way street. So maybe I'll do that. So thanks for reminding me, Taurus, wherever Taurus is in your chart. But because it's coming up here, this is a question for you too. What does red thread signify for you? I feel like the way through any kind of chaotic situation and the way to create order and what you want out of a chaotic situation is by not compromising what your heart really desires. Seeing this thread come out of her eyes and wrap around her fingers, and it seems to be connected to the heart here as well. There's also something you need to remember about your passion. Like, what are you passionate about? And why haven't you been doing it? Or maybe you have been doing what you're passionate about, but it's starting to feel like blah to you. You're losing steam, or you're feeling indifferent. You're not really feeling the connection. It's not lighting you up inside. There's something about 6 o'clock coming through here. I'm seeing this third eye thing. It looks like the moon as well, like the moon phases, but it's making me feel uncomfortable. And what's making me feel uncomfortable is this thing in the middle. You see that? Like, I don't know what that is, but it makes me feel like, it gives me like discomfort. Okay, so perhaps there's something that is really unknown to you about like why you're creating what you're creating, or where you're going, or what your third eye is actually seeing. I don't know. Could be different though for each of you, but there's something that's causing discomfort. It could be a particular time during the moon cycle where these feelings start to come up, and you need to track that and pay attention. Like, oh, it's the third quarter phase, or it's the new moon and it's the full moon, and yep, this usually comes up during this time. This is usually the energy I tap into and I pick up on. So what can I do with it? And I anticipate it happening again next month. So let's plan for that time so we can do something with that discomfort or with that chaotic energy that we see and sense here. You're definitely an artist, no matter what it is that you do. You are creating. And a lot of your creations come from your soul and heart, but a lot of it are also coming from a divine download, another realm, another dimension, a spirit consciousness that you're tapping into. So you could get a couple aha ideas this month. And this month, interesting. My readings are timeless, by the way. So whatever month you watch it in, that's the month where it's going to happen. But it must be happening in the next 30 days. Okay, so Taurus, maybe you've been stuck in a little bit of a box, a routine, and it's time to break free. So you're going to cause some stuff here to get yourself out of some kind of bind or predicament or indifferent feelings. Shake things up, make it rain, so that you can feel refreshed, so that you can feel positive again. Maybe you should listen to some Bob Dylan. I mean, like, he was definitely outside the box, his music. Maybe there's a particular song that you'll come across that has a message for you. If you just type in Bob Dylan, see what comes up. The raccoon, very clever as well, right? Some of you could be, this is like a very literal message and specific, but some of you could be like very crafty. Like you can repurpose things or refurbish or refinish or, I don't know, thrift things in like a raccoon would, you know, take things that other people think are not useful anymore and turn it into something really special and amazing. There's also some stigma attached to something that you love, or maybe a person, or this could be a creative project or a work thing, but there's some kind of stigma attached to what you do, and you're demonstrating. What are you doing? Wish with hopeful. I don't know. You're well, I don't think you really care, is actually the feeling I'm getting. I don't think you really care about this stigma. Okay. Let's see. Someone wants, there's a lot coming through. We're in 18 minutes and I haven't done the tarot yet. We will do the tarot. But I can't rush the energy. Well, I could, but then we'd miss a whole bunch of messages. So that's a message for you too. Maybe you don't need to rush something, because you could miss a lot, including conversations with people. Slow down. Okay? Hear what it is that they're actually saying. Yes, because somebody wants to collect something from you. I don't know. This feels like a metaphor. They want to collect responses, or they're collecting your responses. They're collecting messages. They're collecting something here. Security. Yeah, so maybe you want to be careful about data collection, or someone collecting your information or storing something of yours. Okay, let's see the challenging energy for Taurus with this message, Spirit. We have Portal falling out. This is a beautiful card. Look at this. Oh, I love that. Just holding this little baby here. These beautiful clouds with the thunder energy. Oh, look at these cards together. Ooh. Yeah, okay. So the challenge is actually quite beautiful. The challenge is that you have the potential and ability to open a portal. You also have abilities to close portals. I don't know if you know that, but you do. Timelines, access, people's access to you, you can close those portals right up. So remember that. But I feel like the challenge here is knowing that you can open a new portal here. There's something that wants to be published or put out into the world, or a presentation that you should be giving, or a book you should be writing, or a dance you should be performing. There's something like that that wants to be put out in the world. And if you do this, which I feel like Spirit is advising you do, it generates a new timeline for you. I also feel like, how do I say that? These divine downloads that you're getting, they're coming from, like, as I said, like another being or another dimension. It's like an ancestral dimension where your ancestors are. It's a download from your ancestors. And you could feel very disconnected. Maybe you don't know your family all too well, like your great-great-great-grandparents, or you don't know where you really came from, or you don't know the culture all that well, or whatever it is. But it feels like it's in another dimension, and you have to go through this long portal to connect with these energies. But I feel like Spirit's saying, no, they're within you. They're already there. They're encoded in your design, in your DNA. These messages that the ancestors want to give you, they're already in here. Like, all of the messages are already inside of you. It's just a matter of you finding the doors, unlocking the portals that are already in here. You don't have to go out exploring in the external 3D world to find these downloads from your ancestors. They're already here. So some of you, take a breath and know that you have all the answers already in here. Energetically, actually. It's just a matter of unlocking those doors and wanting to. And knowing that the doors are there. And I feel like there's someone around you. Whoa, there's so much coming through. I feel like we don't even need to do the cards. There's someone around you, Taurus. The devil, yep. 5 of Wands, exactly. I was going to say jealousy. Where there's some kind of competition, or they see that you have access to all these portals and doors, and that they're within you, and they can't take them away from you because they live within you, or they can't even block your path. So there's some kind of jealousy or competition, but they have their own portals and doors. But they're too busy looking at the external world rather than going within. Maybe this is the person twisted in knots, or who's someone who's very prideful. I feel like Spirit's saying, what are you saying? The moon. Leave it in the shadows. You know, like, I feel like this is one of those interactions or relationships where you don't really need to bring it into the light, meaning that you don't need to figure everything out about this person's psychology. I'm hearing typology, or what they want from you, or how they're doing what they're doing. It's kind of just like, let it be and let them do whatever they want to do. Don't invest your energy into their field. Don't step into their field. Okay? I'm hearing today's the day. Today's the day for something, Taurus. Monday, 1 to 4 p.m. What's happening on Monday, 1 to 4 p.m.? I'm going to post this on Tuesday. So that's about a week from now. But again, you could be watching this, I don't know, on a Monday. So maybe it happens today. Yeah, today's the day. Okay, let's not get too lost, Spirit. Cards for Taurus. So much energy. But see, like, all this energy and channeling, it's that chaos that's underneath. Because if I was to approach this reading with this order, I'm a Taurus too. So if I was to approach this reading with this order that we have at our disposal, this ability to order things in a way that makes sense, then I would lay all the cards out. I wouldn't bother with trying to get these messages out. It would be very ordered, very structured. But Spirit is saying not to do that right away, to work with the chaos, to know what's underneath, and then create the order. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see the difference? Don't come in with an agenda. Evaluate what it is you're working with and then decide what you're going to do. Maybe someone's meeting someone. Oh, that's a weird feeling. Someone's meeting up with someone in the next coming days or in the next coming months, and you might want to, like, you might feel like you want to plan out what you're gonna say. Whoa, why am I talking so slow there? Plan out. I don't know. Yeah, it's like you want to do something. Well, Spirit said to slow down. Maybe you want to plan out what you want to say, or you're envisioning what's going to go down. And Spirit is saying that you won't be able to plan everything. So while it's good to visualize what you want to materialize out of this situation, you also have to leave something open for chance, because something unexpected is going to happen in this encounter. And once that thing happens, then you will know what to do. Definitely slow it down in your communication with whoever this is. Okay, Spirit. 3 shuffles. One more. Taurus, or whoever's here in Taurus energy. Let's see, what do we got? The star at the bottom. I'll put all the names of the decks in the description box. The star. What are you holding on to here? Some vision, some destiny, some plan. What's happening here? Let me see. Secrecy and hidden knowledge. Oh yeah, maybe this is that. The illusory structure of the world. There's something that you want to move towards. You've had a vision of this. Maybe it's you in the future and how you want to be and what you like, what your life looks like, your 5-year plan or whatever. And you have to kind of loosen your grip a little bit. I'm not saying whatever you want to happen is not going to happen, but it's almost like you have to create some open space for the unknown to come through. What is this secrecy here? The Chariot. Yeah, because it's like Spirit is showing you somewhere you're going. And maybe you need to keep this secret so that this information doesn't get contaminated from outside forces. Okay, so maybe you have a dream or a daydream or a fantasy or a vision, or maybe you're creating a vision board or something's happening here. But you have to keep it to yourself. Okay, let's get into the cards. I'm going to clarify with Oracle. But we have the Knight of Cups for your current energy. This is beautiful. Going forward with an open heart. But the way it's laid out on the table, I don't know if you can really see here, but we have the Knight of Cups looking away from the rest of the spread. Like not focused on what is about to unfold here. But you're focused here on something else. So maybe you're a little distracted. I feel like there's so many messages in this reading that I probably won't be able to thread them all together. Okay, so maybe you need to listen more than once if you feel guided, or let some of the threads go. This could be important too. You could be trying to take too much into a new chapter. too many ideas, too many people, too much energy, and some of it needs to go so that you know what the right thread is to follow. So let's see, what is this Knight of Cups about, Spirit, for Taurus? Womb. Yeah, this is about keeping something sacred and secret, so that it can properly form and gestate and incubate. You know, when we're excited about an idea that we have or something that we want to do, travel somewhere, whatever it is, we want to share it with people typically because we're excited. But not everybody is always excited for us. And then their negative energy gets in there, and then we could start doubting ourselves, or we could get upset about that person, and now our dream is like all contaminated. You know what I mean? So it's important to keep something to yourself right now, where it is that you want to go. Interesting. Somebody here could even be creating a little diversion tactic. You're throwing someone off intentionally, or maybe someone's doing this to you. What you don't see coming is the Five of Wands. This could be that competition I was talking about. Somebody being jealous or wanting to fight with you or create some conflict, this showdown here. Someone who's very prideful. Tell me more about this. I'm hearing too many cooks in the kitchen. Feel and explore. The best way to handle this situation, whoever this is, whatever it is to, we got the moon before in relation to this as well. So it's to feel or to acknowledge what you feel about this conflict. What feelings come up for you, and explore those feelings. You don't have to engage or interact or try to figure this person out or their motives or what's going to happen. Spirit is saying this is more of an opportunity, or maybe it's not even an opportunity, but how you should handle it is by exploring your own feelings about it. And that will get you right out of worrying or wasting time on them and whatever it is that they're trying to do. Okay, so I'm looking at this, which is the music I'm playing here, and it says destroy negativity blocks. And I feel like this is what's going to happen once you explore your feelings around any competition, jealousy, or conflict. And maybe if you're like, I don't have any of that going on right now, well, that's awesome. But ask yourself, how do you feel about jealousy? How do you feel about conflict? Or the last time you were engaged in something like that? Or people who love drama? Like, how do you feel about all that? Because once you explore that within yourself, some kind of block is destroyed. Okay? So this is interesting because your opportunity came out as the Ten of Cups in reverse. So this is probably related to the thunder, creating that stirring something up here. I'm hearing glass houses. Oh, Taurus. So some of you might be, not all of you, but some of you might be triggered or feel really incited to cause a disruption here. Just some of you, okay? And Spirit is saying, don't do that with that whole explore your feelings bit that we just talked about, and keep something to yourself. Okay, that stirring that up, like it's almost like you're saying, don't throw rocks when you live in a glass house. It's like you're, I don't know what you're doing, but that energy is not going to take you where you want to go. For others of you, the opportunity here is to create some change in some long-term situation that is becoming kind of boring, or it's going down the drains, and you want to revive it. You want to bring passion back into the situation. You're devoted to this. Could be career, creative stuff, friends, family, love. But the opportunity is to revive whatever it is that you want to revive, but it's going to come with a little bit of conflict. Okay, so maybe you decide now's the time I have a serious conversation with this person, or I bring up what's really been bothering me. Even though I know it's going to cause discord and disharmony, it has to be done. This is part of opening a new portal. So tell me more about this Ten of Cups. Heal. Yeah, exactly. See how that card flew out? Very certain. Okay. So Spirit's saying that this will help heal some kind of situation here where you're very invested and devoted to this. For some of you, it really is love. It doesn't have to be, but I think for most of you, some partnership here. There's an opportunity to heal it. Some of you could have been going back and forth, like, is this the one? Is this not the one? Am I going to do this? Am I not going to do this? And I'm seeing this like a saging of this Gemini energy of like indecisiveness. You're going to clear that out. You're going to heal that by allowing the storm to come in. And I know, Taurus, like when you arrive like a lightning bolt and a clap of thunder, it can even scare you. Bull in a china shop is no joke. Okay, Taurus, when Taurus decides to confront something, it's a big deal. Okay, it's nothing that anybody can shrug off, and that's because you choose your confrontations. You don't react. You bottle up a lot, or you hold off for the perfect time. And when you decide to lay something out on the table, I mean, it comes across as pretty serious. So what I'm trying to say there is don't be worried about yourself and how you're going to handle something. Because I'm sensing that somebody here could be like, oh, I don't want to open that can of worms because I'm just going to I won't be able to reel myself in if I really lay it all out. Okay, don't worry about that. Like Spirit said, one thing at a time. Don't try to think, okay, if I say this, then 2 months from now, this will happen, or they're going to say that. Like, just do the first thing first. I hope that makes sense. Regardless of what your personal situation is, and this is a general reading, so I'm trying to read the energies in the different ways I'm seeing them. But regardless of what the specifics are for you, the opportunity here is for you to heal something that you're very passionate about and that brings you a lot of happiness. And this could be some artistic thing that's going on with you too. Your challenge here is the sun. Some of you are feeling exhausted. Some of you might have a hard time sleeping or getting up early. There could be some health things going on for you, digestive things. And that's making you want safety and security more than ever. Not allowing yourself to open up to the unknown, to the unseen. Some of you, again, I feel like this is reiterating, feel like you're going to introduce a storm and the sun will never come out again. Okay, but it will. Let me see. Tell me more about the sun for the challenge for Taurus. There's a lot here. Seeing flow, patience, trust, give, and intuition. Okay. I feel like this is a little bit of a message of you need to trust yourself some more. Trust that you can handle big things, that you can handle chaos. I don't know, this is important. Let's clarify though. Let's get one card just to be super clear. Or these two. Give and intuition fell out again. Okay. with the Sun. Maybe this is giving your intuition some more credit. Well, I had this here, must act on intuition at this time. So don't question your intuition. Okay? Just go with it. Just roll with it. Sometimes it's difficult to do that, but it's mostly difficult to roll with your intuition, either if you've been made to feel like you can't trust your intuition, you've been gaslit by someone in that way, okay? So then it can be hard to really know what is your intuition at that point. Or it can be difficult to trust your intuition because you're so concerned about like an external judgment or getting something wrong. And I feel like Spirit is saying, don't let that stop you. Trusting your intuition is part of your growth. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Your advice is 4 of Pentacles. And then what's going to manifest in the next 3 months is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is you holding on again with the womb card. This is you allowing something to gestate, not sharing something, secrecy and hidden knowledge, holding tight to that knowledge that you have. You'll know what this is, or you will when it happens. Tell me, what is this? Maybe you know something about someone here. Choice. Tell me, give me one more. Patience. Embrace. It's such interesting energy because here you are kind of like stirring something up, but trying to bring order, holding on to something, secret knowledge, but then you're also going to like make a choice to reveal something. There's a lot going on. It's complicated. But I feel like however you choose to handle this situation, as long as you follow your heart and you try to heal something that you're passionate about, then it ends well for you. I would also recommend being very careful about who you give to at this time, because we also have intuition and give with the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, make sure you get all the information with the Sun card before you decide to give something. Maybe it's like give someone a room, a bed in your house, or give someone some money, or give someone some of your time and energy and expertise. Like, just make sure you have all the information to make the best choice possible, even if it requires having some patience so that you can fully see everything. Because for someone here, your intuition is telling you that you have to limit your generosity towards someone specific at this time. Okay? I do feel like whatever this is all about, there is a solution, right? Focus on solutions. There is a solution here. And it's a solution where you don't have to sacrifice anything. But it might take some time for this solution to come through. And I feel like you being patient and you not sacrificing something is actually part of the stirring of the chaos, right? It's like somebody doesn't like your decision, but it's the right one because the solution comes through for everyone. All right, Taurus, I'm going to pull an oracle card to close this message out. If you would like to go to an extended, I go a layer deeper into this message and we see what comes through. The link for that is in the description box below. But if you feel like you got everything you need, then just trust that. Let's see here. Closing message. The wall. Obstacles. Interesting. Number 56 again. 56, 56. Which is 11. 11, 11. Okay. So that could be an important number for you. I also got 53, 53, but now we have 56, 56. Interesting. Something could be increasing by 6, increasing by 3, perhaps. Like 6 times, 3 times, something like this. But this is the obstacle here. There is an obstacle, and that's why you're stirring something up. But let's see what the book has to say. If I can find it. Oh, here. 56. The wall, obstacles, being inconvenienced by life, detours, non-action. There are moments in your life when you are so geared up, so sure that you are on track, with such drive and momentum, that you are shocked and confused when you encounter, but I said enter, okay, encounter a wall. Maybe something you think is a wall is actually a portal. This unpredictability occurs outside your ability to plan, regardless of if you've done everything right in alignment with the divine. See, it's like you can't plan something here. It's imperative that you change your attitude now. This temporary roadblock is not an obstacle to blast through. This is not an invitation to push harder, cancel other plans, or worry about who will win or lose. This is a stopping point to enable you to slow down and contemplate the part of the manifesting equation that you and everyone else forgets. Life on life's terms, right? The illusory structure of the universe. We can't control everything. That idea that we can control everything is an illusion. Life on life's terms will override your best laid plans. Yes, as inconvenient as it may seem, this experience is an important reminder that you are a human being, not a human doing. Perhaps you're being reminded of your mortality, or that you are but a part of a bigger universe, where your destiny intersects with others. Your life may be meant to serve another purpose at this moment, and your attention may be directed elsewhere. Consider that this place of temporary non-action is exactly meant to be for you. Okay, just to reiterate, because I feel like maybe let's not lose the thread. Okay, I feel like the overarching message here is that you're meant to hold something back, keep something secret, have this hidden knowledge, let something gestate, non-action. And this non-action that you take supports you in your dreams and whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. But the non-action itself is so counter to the way that you typically order things that the non-action creates the chaos and actually serves to heal something. So maybe someone expects you to act in a certain way and you don't. Okay? And this creates an opportunity to heal. Okay, consider that this place of temporary non-action is exactly meant to be for you, perhaps because all you desire and have set in motion needs time to coalesce into form on the other side. Could it be that all the elements are not yet in place for its manifestation to be for the highest good of all? Patience is required now. Yes. And the wisdom that this might be a great time to take a break and contemplate gratitude. What is truly yours will never be walled off from you. Remember all those nuggets of wisdom you hold within you. They are yours to access anytime you need them. All right, Taurus, that's what I have for you. I hope this helped. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.